Hi guys, this is Zach from Watches on You, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Patek Philippe 5136G Perpetual Calendar. Now, this watch is part of Patek Philippe's Calatrava collection, and right away I'm going to go over this watch's 18-karat white gold case. Now, the case size on this piece is 37 millimeters, which for a dress watch I'd say is just about perfect. For a dress watch, you don't really want it to be that big. You definitely want to keep it on the smaller size, as smaller sizes generally they'll just look a lot nicer, especially with things with suits and tuxedos and the like. They'll generally just look a lot more elegant. So, going over the case, as you can see, is really entirely polished, and it's done absolutely spectacularly. It is a clean mirror all the way around. Patek Philippe is second to none in the finishing department for sure, and that's why they're known as probably really the top of the holy trinity of watchmakers. So now, you can see actually on this bracelet though, how many links there are, and that just makes it very, very, very comfortable on the wrist, and it also looks very good as well, and I'll show you that later on the wrist shot. But moving to the dial of this piece. So as I said, this watch is a perpetual calendar, and that gives it these three subdials right here. You have your month on the right, and then actually on the inside of that subdial you have your leap year, and that's what that 1, 2, 3, and 4 are for. And then at 6 o'clock you have your date subdial, so 1 to 31, and then you have a beautiful moon phase in the center of that. And then at your 9 o'clock you have your day of the week, and then on the inside of that you have a 24-hour indicator or a day-night indicator. So now I'm just going to explain a little bit of what a perpetual calendar is if you're not familiar. So a perpetual calendar has the capability for you to basically set the date and never have to change it for, I believe it's like over 100 years, because it knows how many days are in every month, and it also knows leap years. So you really never ever will have to reset the time on this piece, unless of course its power reserve runs out, and the power reserve is 48 hours, which is basically my benchmark I like to keep. I'd say that 48 hours is right around what every watch should at least have. So this watch also has very, very elegant hands and indices. I like how there are there's really no lettering on this piece besides Patek Philippe Genève and of course subdials, which keeps the dial very nice and clean. Love how clean the indices are as well, and I love Patek Philippe's minute tracks, how they do them. They actually just kind of, sorry, let me get that focused there. Okay, they kind of just actually put little drops of white gold around for their minute tracks on some of their watches, and I really, really like that look. It's definitely, I'd say, the most elegant looking minute track I've ever seen. And I think it just looks a lot nicer than your typical lines on there. Now, the one downside of that is this watch, there isn't really any lume, so if you're at night, you're not really going to be able to see very well. So that's one thing to consider as well. So now moving to the wrist shot. I'm just going to take this glove off here. So this watch is clasp actually right away. It's a typical push down spreading clasp with a safety. You can see a safety flap right there. So now I'll put it on the wrist. So there you just click it down like a normal clasp, and then there is a safety right there. Now this is actually set too small for my wrist, so I'm not going to completely put it on, but you can see the safety right there. So on the wrist, this watch is very, very comfortable. I love this bracelet. It's so nice to wear. It just feels very, very nice. I love these kinds of beads of rice bracelets. They're for sure, I'd say, the most comfortable out there. Now this dial on this piece, again, is absolutely great. I love how they chose a more kind of cream color. It looks very, very elegant on the wrist. I have a 7-inch wrist for reference, and it's also very, very nice and thin, which is obviously fantastic for a dress piece, as that way it won't get caught on the cuff of your shirt. So, taking overall, this is a fantastic Patek Philippe. It's really one of the most iconic perpetual calendars out there. I mean, Patek Philippe, the perpetual calendar is for sure one of their one of the complications that they're most famous for. The most famous being the perpetual calendar chronographs that they've made. And again, this watch is just absolutely fantastic. So we're here at JB Hudson Jewelers, who lent us this piece for review. This watch is actually pre-owned, and it costs $54,500. Now that's a huge price, but being that this is solid white gold and a Patek Philippe Perpetual calendar, that's a fairly good deal. So if you are looking at purchasing this, you can contact them directly or check out the link in the description we'll leave. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.